All right, so what's up, everyone? So we are about to get into the messages for whomever it may concern. What are the messages? What are the messages for whomever it may concern? What are the messages? What are the messages for whomever it may concern? What are the messages? Uh-oh. Ooh. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So it seems like somebody is receiving a gift and individuals around them are jealous of this gift, but they don't know that individuals around them are jealous of that gift. Receiving some type of gift may trigger someone. This is going to be somebody who is on the outside of you. Okay? But I really just pick up somebody is jealous of a gift that you are going to be receiving. Be careful. Somebody may receive a gift and it may have some type of attachment to it. Okay, meaning that somebody may place like a curse over a gift that they give to somebody. Somebody may be jealous of somebody's new beginning. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody is confused about something and they have questions. I feel like you're going to be confused as to where some type of money or abundance just magically came from or popped up. So I do kind of feel like, you know, you may check on your bank account one day and you're going to see like some numbers up in there and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, is this for me? Where did this come from? So you're going to be calling the bank. Because, I mean, if it's not yours, because you know if you take that money and it was an error, they're going to make you pay for it. And if you can't pay for it, if you don't pay it back, they're going to try to charge you with stealing it. Okay, so so you definitely want to call, okay? You definitely want to call the bank, okay? I feel like individuals are at a distance here. So the individual, because the Ace of Pentacles also represents, you know, receiving money from an anonymous source. It's kind of like it just comes out of the sky. It just falls into your lap, but it's going to represent more of a gift from God. Okay, so I kind of feel like this money is going to be split three ways. I mean, we have two individuals out here on the outside, and then we have this one individual here, and it's kind of like they have the money, they have the resource, but they don't want to give it up. Like, they're jealous. This person is jealous. You know, they feel like giving up this money is a betrayal to them. You understand? Or maybe giving up some type of property or giving up some type of house. It's coming off like they're feeling betrayed. You know, I think that they're feeling that way because they have to distribute this money three ways. And it's kind of like they know that the individuals that they have to give it to is not going to give them anything. But I really kind of feel like this person is trying to hold on to it. You understand? Like, they're supposed to give it, they're supposed to distribute it, but it's so triggering for them. They're upset. This person is upset. They're upset. I also pick up a situation to where somebody, they've started like this new life or lifestyle for themselves, but they didn't realize what that life or what that lifestyle came with, and then they weren't prepared of the work that they would have to put in order to be able to maintain it. You know how sometimes, I don't know, this is what I'm picking up. Somebody may have been competing with you, and in competing with you, it's kind of like they wanted something that you wanted, and so they did whatever they had to get what you wanted, but they realized, like, damn, this is not even what I really want. I really feel like, and I really think that whatever they have going on in their life is very overwhelming. It's a burden to them. It's not worth it. It's kind of like whatever gift, material, money that maybe they have received. You know, in the beginning, it was real glorious. It was real glorious. This person was looking forward to everything, but it's kind of like something hit them. And they realized this is not going to be what I thought it was going to be. You know, like, yeah, I want a life of luxury, but I don't want to work for it. I want lots of attention, but I didn't know, I didn't know that I was going to have to work for it so hard and so consistently. You see, it's some gaps in there. You know, so this person, like, that's why I'm saying they feeling betrayed, because they feel like they signed up for something that they didn't want. They feel like maybe you tricked them. But the thing is that they decided to do what they was going to do, what they wanted to do. You didn't put a gun to their head and make them do that, or tell them to do something. So, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this person, but they're upset. They're really triggered. They're really upset because in a way, they feel like they lost. It's not, they're convincing themselves that, you betrayed them. Okay. I picked that up very strongly. But I feel like somebody has to give you something and they have to split it. They have to split it 3 ways. Okay. There may be 2 people who are confused because maybe they're trying to figure out why haven't you received this Ace of Pentacles. Okay. They're just like, why haven't they received it? Why haven't they got it? Why didn't they get it? Okay, so in the position of your crown, you have the Sun. Okay, so you're exuberating like happiness. The content of your mind helps illuminate people. So it's something about you to where you have a gift. You have a gift of knowing how to make people happy, how to make yourself happy. So you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Hangman, 5 of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. These 2 people on the outside, they're confused. They can't understand why you left yourself out of a situation that everybody joined in on or attended. They can't understand. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Chariot, and then you have the Hermit in reverse. Okay. So there is somebody in your life who is avoiding you. I feel like it has to do with humiliation. So this person, this is somebody, they base money and materials. They base their worth and their value on how much money or materials and status that they have. Okay, they don't have anything. So this person is hiding out because they're embarrassed. This person, they're always talking about how broke other people are. But so now, I mean, it's like they're broke. They can't handle it. They can't take it. They are so embarrassed. You know, usually things like this happen to people when they try to humble somebody else who they should not be trying to humble. So maybe they tried to humble you and they ended up getting humbled. Okay. A lot of your reading has a lot to do with money and like the perspective around money and the things that, finding out some of the things that people will do for money, behind money, to try to steal from you, to try to keep from you. You know, I just keep picking up, somebody is just like, why haven't they received it yet? Why haven't they received it yet? Okay, so in the past, you were given stagnant energy because you left yourself out in the cold. So, you know, you were limited with resources, finances were tight. There may have been some bills, you know, some extra bills that came in, hospital bills, dental bills, something. So that kind of puts you in the hole. It's really some type of unexpected financial responsibility that pops up, or emergency that you weren't anticipating. Okay. So then you have the Queen of Wands here. So I do feel like this is your energy. This is you picking yourself back up. Like, you know, during the times of when things are financially tight, you don't worry. You don't care. You know, usually that's kind of like your time to get more into yourself. Because, you know, money can be a distraction. You know, because when you have money, you want to go out, you want to do things. You know what I mean? Life is moving when you have like more money in your pocket or when you're more stable. But during this times to where you don't have it like that and you have to stay in the house more, you know, you can't do as much as you want, you know, it's really nothing to do. So I feel like one thing that you have learned during the times to where things are financially tight, that's when it's like you get more into you. You take more care of you, if that makes sense. You know, you work with what you already have because you have things, you have tools to work with. It's just that, you know, sometimes with having a stable life, I mean, having a stable life, it presents its times to where you need downtime, but when we're going through financial tight eras, it kind of forces you to kind of calm down and sit down. So during those times, to where, you know, it's not flowing or lucrative, you know, you find a different way as to how to deal with that. Okay. You may be the type of person to where, let's say if you're a man, you know, when money is lucrative, money is flowing, you know, your khaki pants or dress slacks and a t-shirt, you know, but when things are a little tight, you know, here comes the suits, the ties, making sure you got that fresh cut. It's more so all about you. So that's what I'm picking up. And then you have the Chariot card here. So what I pick up about you is that you are rich in spirit. Okay, meaning that you have a rich spirit. You can create happiness, but you also understand money as a resource to be able to help you and to support you. So you may be someone to where you get into manifesting, or you know a lot of information about manifesting. So this is a part of you learning and having the understanding of how your resource of money works for you. It, you know, you're coming up with a system. You know, you have figured something out. I feel like you figured out a secret. You figured out the key to something. Okay, you figured out the key as to how to deal with life when things are financially tight. Okay, so then you leave off of here with the Chariot. This is choosing to be happy, mind over matter. Who you are on the ground is who you are in your mind. You are who you think that you are. So we have a lot of yellow here. Yellow is solar plex. Yellow is going to represent confidence. Okay, so you're confident in your decision making, because I mean it seems and it proves that with the decisions in which that you make, it makes you happy, and it seems like it makes other people happy too. You know, you bring light to situations, and then on top of that, it's kind of like who you are, the content of your mind. You attract transparent people to you. Okay, you attract other individuals, you know, who are transparent in the way in which that they perceive life. Maybe you, maybe themselves, you know, whatever. Okay. I heard happy crab. Happy crab? Is this Cancer? Is it Cancer? Okay. It's not a Cancer. So this may be a Cancer star. That's what it is. Cancer star. So an individual with a Cancer star. Okay. Yes. Cancers are emotionally resilient. You know, it's fucked up when it comes to the water signs, because water signs, we understand emotional suffering. And sometimes when we're upset and we want to punish somebody else, we will cause emotional suffering, and we will watch an individual suffer, and we won't feel anything. If anything, we'll feel happy about it. Okay, so when you are evolved emotionally, you can't deal with other people, so you don't want to see nobody suffer. Okay, that's how you know when you are evolved. And it also begins to go so deep, because it's kind of like, you know, with the more empathy that you have, it's like when your heart hurts, mine does too. Okay, so of course, with every empath, we must learn how to be emotionally detached. Okay, but because water signs understand suffering so well, emotional suffering so well, like I said, when they're evolved, they don't want to see that. You know, but there are some times to where an individual must learn, because they're not letting go. They're not letting go of the attachment. You know, sometimes attachment causes suffering. You know, attachment is not bad, but it can cause suffering, because it's okay to attach. But the thing is that you cannot leech. You cannot latch. You know, you attach, and then you have to know when it's time to detach. And a lot of the times people get so comfortable with attaching themselves to somebody else. You know what I mean? Or to an idea, or to a desire. They don't want to let go. And because they don't want to let go, they continue to suffer. It's very hard, because you can be so in love with someone and they're not in love with you. But if you continue to hold on to them, you will suffer. You do not deserve to suffer when it comes to loving somebody. It should be reciprocated. And if it's not reciprocated, you have to accept that. You have to accept it's not being reciprocated. They don't feel the same way about me. You know what I mean? Like, if I continue to hold on, I'm only causing more damage to myself. Depending on how powerful you are and how empathetic you are, you know, somebody else, you could be making somebody else experience. You could be transferring your emotions to somebody else, and they may be picking up on you emotionally. So not only are you doing damage to yourself but not letting go, but you're also doing damage to the person that you don't want to let go. So, you know, in that movie Twilight, the first movie, to where Bella got bit by the vampire, and Edward had to clean her blood, right? But the whole time he had been trying to avoid her because he want her blood so bad. But at the same time, he's intrigued by the mystery of him not being able to read her mind. So when this challenge presents itself to where it's kind of like he has to really show his love, like his love has to come through at this moment, because if his desire for her blood takes over, he's going to kill her, right? But if his love overtakes for her, if he can detach from his desire, then his love will save her. Okay, so that's pretty much it though. So that's going to be the reading. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.